Chukphon Orphanage is an orphanage 50 minutes outside of Hanoi, where children who are deaf and mute spend their days mostly, and they get help from the people who work there. The service learning group, which UNIS organizes, goes to this orphanage once a month and plays with the kids to help them learn skills such with different games. This project is important because it gives the children at the orphanage an opportunity to learn different skills and also to get experiences outside of their normal daily life. This project addresses the issue of involving people who are disabled or handicapped into our daily life and making them feel as if they are normal people. This project will have the impact of developing a sense of awareness in the UNIS community, but also developing a sense of awareness at the orphanage that the children there are being taken care of and that somebody cares about them.
Chăm sóc, nuôi dưỡng các em về mặt thể chất, tức là phải phục hồi chức năng về mặt y tế cho các cháu. Bên cạnh nữa thì chúng tôi phải dạy học, dạy nghề và chăm sóc nuôi dưỡng các em. Ở trung tâm của chúng tôi là quan trọng là chúng tôi là tiếp nhận và chăm sóc nuôi dưỡng những trẻ em là con, là cháu các cựu chiến binh tham gia chiến trường miền Nam bị ảnh hưởng chất độc dioxin. Quan tâm trẻ chất độc da cam như thế để muốn là tạo dựng cho các em có một cái niềm tin, có một cái cơ hội để các em có thể là vững tin bước vào cuộc sống và các em có thể là hòa nhập xã hội và cộng đồng. Rất mong muốn rằng là cộng đồng trong nước và đặc biệt là cộng đồng quốc tế cũng hiểu được những cái di chứng của chất độc da cam.
So in our CAS activity, we go and play with the children of Peace Village, and we have monthly visits to them, and sometimes they visit our school, and we try to build a relationship with them. So this year we're planning to have more fundraisers and make more of an active contribution to the CAS service, and we hope you guys come join us and try to make a difference in these children's lives. Peace out!
Concern for motorbike safety in Hanoi and Vietnam, where such a large number of people and families and young children are on motorcycles on very busy streets, and we can see that a great number of them aren't wearing helmets.
It's important because it raises awareness about how few children actually wear helmets when on a motorbike, even if they're not the one driving the motorbike, they're just the passenger. It still is. It makes you more aware about how few children do wear helmets.
I also come from a country which has a lot of mortality on roads specifically. That's mainly due to lack of protection and awareness of how dangerous it can actually be.
The more children that are protected with quality helmets on the streets of Hanoi, the more children that are going to be safe if they fall off of a bike or involved in a motorcycle accident.
And for kids.
Helmets for kids.
Helmets for kids.
This is
A day in a life.
How many people actually know about their lives? How many people even know their names? Yet they do such a huge and important job for keeping this campus running.
Way to voice out people's lives to
I started this last year as my personal project, and basically I went and photographed 10 like random people and a typical day in their life. I came up with this idea through watching YouTube videos, and there were many YouTube videos of people filming a typical day in their life, and I found them quite inspiring, and maybe I thought I could do it in another video.
We also forget about the disadvantaged sometimes in our society and their lives. And it just seemed a wonderful form to be able to perhaps go out, document and present to people, and raise awareness. I want them to have a blank canvas, and I want them to develop it into a project which they feel is going to work, that they feel they can cope with, and that they feel passionate about.
We visit the children at the pediatric hospital, and we spend like about 2 hours or 3 hours with them. And I think the most important part in this project is to interact actually and to get to know about the children.
Usually they don't receive many visitors, and so we want to interact with them as much as possible.
They're really stuck in a very small space for ever.
Make them happy and make them smile and make them feel important.
Helping Hands is a charity project group that UNIS students come to help and interact with the Sapa kids from the Sincha Elementary School. So basically we go to Sapa and we look around, we interview the students and teachers in that school to see if there's anything that we can help with. And they said that they wanted a toilet. And we are planning to just continue to this legacy of just renovating the school for now and renovating the facilities that they are having.
To build on previous successes is key to a good service learning group, I think. The majority of UNIS students probably come from reasonably privileged walks of life. And probably a lot of them will go on to be decision makers, managers, CEOs, directors of companies that are going to have massive impact on millions of people, and so it's quite a good thing for them to understand how other people live. The grade 10 students in Sapa, they go there for a field trip, so the whole of grade 10 go for a field trip, which was great because then they could get involved, they could do a lot of the hard work, digging the hole, which is good. And there's nothing wrong with some hard work. So I think it's quite good when you get their hands dirty here and there. You know, we built a toilet, but that improves sanitation. And if a group of kids from a school can make it, then why aren't the governments doing more? It wasn't easy, but we did it. We should be able to do more.
Service Learning Project is currently called Student Ambassadors. Initially started about welcoming new students into the school, hoping to expand that to be ambassadors within the school community, possibly working with some of the younger kids. We'll also be working with the activities coordinator, trying to make it a very meaningful project within the school as a true ambassador would be, not just the welcoming of new students into the school, but expanding it beyond above and beyond that. We have a large number of students who transition into the school. If students don't transition into the school well, it delays their ability to succeed academically and also to get involved socially.
I think there definitely is a gap between the faculty and parents, and especially new students. We participated in Orientation Day, where we met the new students to UNIS, and we hope to make them more comfortable in their new school. And we also participate in events such as Women Day. I think that high school ambassadors will allow better integration of students.
Generally, I think it should impact, if it expands a bit, should impact the whole school, making sure that nobody gets lost.
Paper Cranes is basically a project where we raise money and make donations to underprivileged schools and children in remote areas of Vietnam.
Especially many years before, we helped the school, the blind school.
Hoạt động là 130 học sinh, thì gồm có đối tượng học sinh mù, học sinh nhìn kém, học học sinh đa tật và học sinh khuyết tật.
2 years ago, we raised enough money to provide scholarships to 3 blind students who were then able to go to the Phong Blind School.
When you visit them once, you see they have nothing. They are blind. It's difficult for them to live, to survive, and at the same time, they welcome you with a big smile. They are happy, singing, and they show that
they should get equal educational opportunities and facilities that many students really lack.
we can't solve the problem, but we can improve, we can make a change. But even if it's a small change, it is a welcome also.
Blue Dragon works with street kids, kids with disabilities, victims of human trafficking, and kids from extremely poor families.
A lot of people die from drowning, especially among young ones.
Like, as you know, Vietnam is a coastal sea country.
Kids, just because there are no swimming programs in Vietnam, and kids don't have a chance to learn how to swim.
Swim for Life in UNIS would be really good skin for our children if they can able to swim. Blue Dragon children, they really love to go swimming in UNIS.
UNIS students, I think, have a very good advantage by learning how to swim through our UNIS swimming program. So you already guys have a lot of knowledge about swimming, and you have a lot of skills. You are in the level where you can actually share your skills with others who are less advantaged students. We give them a chance to learn and to learn skill which will save their life one day.
Breaststroke, and also some emergency swimming skills, like when they got cramps, then what do they have to do?
A lot of poor people, they don't have a decent place to live, and then we have to help them. And by the way, bringing all the volunteer or the other person to help this kind of poor people.
Habitat for Humanity is a project that has volunteers to go and do construction work on people's homes or people's houses or areas.
The vision of Habitat is a world where everyone has a decent home.
So Habitat for Humanity has helped me learn lots of skills from building things, repairing things, and also working with people and people skills and how to work with people. So it's been a really important program for me.
Our plan for the future is to serve more families, to provide more shelters for homeless people, and also to provide more clean water and sanitation facilities. Habitat for Humanity, we bring people together to build home, to build community, and to build hope.
One of the things that I think are great in kind of assisting our community develop, especially here in Vietnam, is microfinance, right? Microfinance specifically are small loans that are given to people that really have issues with getting loans otherwise. So the idea would be to create a small business, social entrepreneurship, that works to, let's say, make profits that will then be put towards such things as microfinance loans.
It allows farmers to diversify their sources of incomes, and that means reducing risk. So with the loans, we have been able to encourage farmers to invest in different type of crops and diversifying into livestock so that they can have a more frequent cash flows and have more source of income to rely on. For us in the cities, we have so many financial services made available to us that sometimes we take it for granted, but for just farmer living an hour from where we are, there's almost no bank or any financial service made available to them.
You look at the projects that we're then creating, the microloans obviously help the person that's receiving the loan, but you also see that the community around them is going to benefit because obviously the person that is receiving the loan, if their income increases, well then they're going to be buying more, their health's going to be better, and so on. Business doesn't necessarily have to be for profit for our own individual needs. It could be something that certainly creates incentives for the people producing, but also just helps the community and supports the community.
Yearbook is an exciting project. It's a long project. It's not only like 1 month project. It's the whole year project because the yearbook reflects the whole year's activity. So when a school year starts, the yearbook activity starts.
Well, it's representative of the school and of the student body and the faculty. Well, what I'd like to see is that the yearbook, you know, in most schools, it's led by students, and I'd like to see that happen.
Last year, the yearbook was run by the teachers, and the teachers decided what pictures they wanted to take and how to organise the pages. But we're really hoping that this year the student community of UNIS will get involved in making pictures and creating their own memories to write their own story.
It's just getting people involved in gardening, growing food, largely, a few flowers. If we can make the students more aware of the plants and green stuff growing on campus and get them involved in enhancing it. The kindergarten groups have planted trees. The grade 12's graduating class plants a tree every year, so I'd like to see that kind of thing, you know, progress, continue. We're starting the tree nursery, and the tree nursery actually started the first trees a couple of years ago, and they're getting really big now. And the idea there is that we can contribute in some way to reforestation. It's a connection between where their food comes from, where their oxygen comes from. The whole Earth is dependent on life on Earth, is dependent on plants. It's important that everybody knows something about it. And the links between plants and other life are so extensive. Understanding that complex web of life is what I really hope to get kids doing. It's just great to have kids involved in.
Smile is a non-profit organization that was founded by 2 doctors, right?
Yeah. It was organized to help children with cleft palates and sort of abnormalities of the mouth. It's a huge problem, I think, in Vietnam, and you know, it's detrimental to the lives of these young kids, so it's really important.
My work affects every single children that we have, you know, because after surgeries, their life totally changed. They can go to school, they can have normal life like other normal children, and they have friends. They change.
At the beginning, when I applied for Miss, I think that's only a job, but now, yeah, it does change my mind. I feel I'm so happy to be a normal, to have normal life without any deformities. And I understand that when talking with patients, family, and parents, I I can feel the pain inside the mind, inside the body, and I want to spend as much time as possible to help them.
30-minute surgery, freedom.
Also, social enterprise. We care about the young people at the age from 16 to 22. At the time, they try more time to practice English because it's really important because they will have chance to join their international working environment. After that, or maybe other day, they will practice in the Koto restaurant. We have one restaurant in Ban Mue Street. There's a lot of customers, so they have chance to practice and to communicate with the future customer they will work with.
Human trafficking. We do the rescue work. We go to factories or brothels in China, factories in Ho Chi Minh City to get the kid back home. And once the kid back home, we support them long term so that they can live a normal life again.
Of service learning at UNIS, there is something to benefit both parties. So Koto Sports and the Blue Dragon Sports provides an opportunity for the UNIS students to take a leadership role in organizing sports for the students who come here, for the Koto Sports students who come here, and also for those children, they can come here and take advantage of the facilities at UNIS. It makes our school more inclusive to be able to allow other people to come on campus.
Project can really have a major impact both on the school and also the Vietnamese community.
We are taking old bikes and we're turning those bikes into new ways of generating electricity.
Clean energy sources are a vital part of society nowadays, and we need to emphasize their importance.
It's about saving the environment and educating each other, working together as a team to achieve the impossible.
We really need to make an impact with our program, otherwise it wouldn't be a community service activity.
We should focus on one turbine at a time, not 5 several.
If you saw saw a 15-meter tall wind turbine standing on campus for everyone to look at, which would raise more awareness.
It could really impact some people's lives in a giant way. Something that's really small to us, but it could really help them.
The community turbine project, although it is new, has great potential, and if we all work together, we can really make this one of the greatest CAS activities we have here at UNIS.
The last group of people that are ever served in a society are people with disabilities. Developmental disabilities that impair how they're able to think and understand the world. Poverty is the biggest issue, and discrimination as well.